Yo, welcome back guys to another video on Football Focus TV. So today we are going to be doing a NFL wide receiver rankings. So there's 5 tiers. This S tier, which stands for superstar, A, like A player, B, C, and D. There's no F in this, and so I'm gonna put rookies on the C tier, or anyone I don't know. So if I don't know somebody, I'm gonna put them at the C tier. So let's get started. So I believe the first wide receiver is Adam Humphries. I'm gonna have to put him at C tier. I've seen him play. He could drop a couple passes. I know he's a smaller receiver, so he's kind of faster. I see him. He will lose a defender easily because of his speed and quickness. So let's go on to the next wide receiver, which is Adam Thielen, who is going to be a wide receiver. I love watching Adam Thielen play. He is very consistent in his game. He will never have bad games. He also rarely gets injured, so that's good for him and his stat line. And let's go on to the next wide receiver, which is AJ Green, who is easily, in my eyes, a superstar wide receiver. AJ Green, even though he hasn't played with a good quarterback his whole career, he has still found plays to create. That's what I like about him. Let's go on to the next receiver. I believe this is Albert Wilson. I'm about to put him at the B tier wide receiver. I love watching him play. He's not inconsistent like some other receivers. Like, once he has a ball thrown to him, he'll catch it. It'll be hard for him to keep the ball while getting hit. But let's go on to the next receiver. I don't know who this is, so he's going to belong in the C tier. And the next receiver is Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey, in my opinion, is a B tier wide receiver, better than Albert Wilson. Let's go on to the next receiver. I don't know who this is, but next receiver is Antonio Brown. Superstar wide receiver, better than AJ Green in my eyes, so he's going to be first on the superstar list. I believe this is Brandon Cook, so we're going to put him at the B tier. Better than Albert Wilson, and not better than Alshon Jeffrey. Brandon Cooks, he will give you some game-winning drives whenever you need him. Whenever you need him, he will be there. He'll be the right guy. It's hard for him to get injured too. He'll catch the ball when he gets hit too. So next receiver, I don't know who this is, but the receiver after that is Calvin Ridley, who I think is a B wide receiver, better than Brandon Cooks and Albert Wilson. Chris Godwin, next receiver, B receiver. I forgot this person's name, so he's going to go on C tier. Christian Kirk is going to be in the C tier as well. Cole Beasley in the C tier as well. Cooper Kupp is going to be in the B tier. I love watching him play. I think he's a very good wide receiver. I know he has some couple of down games, but then he had good performances to make up for those bad performances. I don't know the next couple of wide receivers, so they belong in the C. Next is Curtis Samuel, B tier wide receiver. I love watching Curtis Samuel play. I think it's hard to find a well-rounded receiver that can pretty much do everything and anything you want a receiver to do. Size-wise, he could jump to get the ball. He'll keep the ball in his hands when he gets hit. He will rarely get injured, and he has that footwork that you want for a receiver. Next, Danny Amendola, C receiver. Nothing to say about him. Let's move on. Dante Pettis, very good receiver. Sophomore player this year. So I think he belongs in the B tier. He's been playing very well his first 2 years. Davante Adams, A tier wide receiver. I love watching Davante Adams play. He never has a down game, and if he has a down game, it's like once every 4 or 5 games. It's really hard for him to be not good. So let's move on to the next receiver, which is, I believe this is David Moore. I think David Moore is a B tier receiver. Let's move on to the next wide receiver. This is no question. DeAndre Hopkins. I believe he is a superstar wide receiver. Second in the superstar tier list. Demaryius Thomas will be B. I know he's well past his prime, but he's still a good player. Let's go on to the next receiver. Deshaun Jackson. Very good wide receiver. If you need him, he'll be out on the field for you and do anything you want him to do. Pass the ball, run the ball, catch the ball. He could pretty much do anything. Next is Devontae Parker. B receiver. I have nothing to say about him. I believe this is DJ Moore. Or Devin Funchess. If it's one of those, I'm going to put them at the C tier. I don't know the next couple of receivers, so I'm going to put them at the C tier. Okay, next, Golden Tate. I think he is a not a superstar, A tier wide receiver. You guys may see him as a B tier wide receiver. I see him as A. He's a very good wide receiver. Him and Matthew Stafford is pretty good. And when you need Golden Tate, he'll be out there for you. He's always consistent. He's not consistent. And yeah, he'll lose defenders. So I don't know this wide receiver. Okay, Jarvis Landry. I'm gonna put him at the B tier. His spotlight is getting out of the way because of Odell Beckham coming to Cleveland, but if Odell Beckham gets injured, Jarvis Landry will be the guy. So he really steps up, so he's gonna be a B tier. This is John Ross. I'm gonna put him at a C wide receiver. We don't really get to see much of him, but he's one of the 2 fastest players in the NFL. That's all I really know about him, so let's move on. I don't know who this is. I believe this is Josh Gordon, and I'm going to put him in a B tier. Nothing to say about him. Let's move on to the next wide receiver, which is Juju Smith-Schuster. Very good wide receiver. Very good for his size too. Very quick for his size. This year he hasn't been performing well like his past few years, but the reason why I put him 4th on the superstar list right now is because AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins and Antonio Brown have like 4 more years experience than Juju Smith-Schuster. So let's move on to the next receiver, which is Julian Edelman, superstar wide receiver. So nothing to say for Julian Edelman. Super Bowl MVP. Let's move on to the next receiver, Julio Jones, superstar wide receiver. Keenan Allen. I don't think he's a superstar, but he's very close to being a superstar. I'm gonna put him at the A tier. This person C. Kenny Stills C. Larry Fitzgerald, superstar wide receiver, legendary career. In my eyes, he's a Hall of Famer, so we're gonna put him right there on the list. Okay, Marquise Goodwin is a B wide receiver. He'll tear up the corners, the safeties with his speed and his finishing. C. Marvin Jones Jr. B. I have nothing to say about him. He's a very good receiver, solid, could do pretty much anything you want him to do. Very consistent. And once the ball is targeted to him, he will finish. So next is Michael Thomas. Is an A wide receiver. Mike Evans, which is the next one on this list, is an A wide receiver as well. Okay. C. Mohamed Sanu. B. Odell Beckham, superstar wide receiver. He hasn't been performing good this season. That he was like, I think the Browns were overhyped. And now, like, there's rumors that Browns are on the trade market for him. Robbie Anderson, C. Randall Cobb is an A tier wide receiver. Very good wide receiver. I feel like he has 3 more years left in his NFL career, which has been a great NFL career for him. I'm very happy for him. Sammy Watkins is a B tier wide receiver. We have Stephon Diggs, which is an A tier wide receiver. I don't know if you guys remember his catch against the Saints in the divisional round 2 seasons ago. C. Ted Ginn. B. Very good backup or starter. I don't know most of these people anymore. Will Fuller, C. Willie Snead, C. Trent Taylor, C. T.Y. Hilton, A. Tyreek Hill, A. Last but not least, I believe this one is Tyler Lockett. I'm not sure. And I think he will be, I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's David Moore or Tyler Lockett, but it's a B. So guys, this is my final list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I did not talk about a lot of receivers. But make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.